Do this like a professional. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever or whenever you are. Welcome to the overnight. I'm DM Foss, and joining me is Baron Silas von Greenback. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain.
We don't have any real set topic for tonight. Just gonna go wherever we end up. Talk about the Benitez ruling, and don't want to get too in depth into it, but just kind of touch some highlights on it. And then, if anybody out there has anything they want to chat about, go ahead and either put it out in the chat or you can email me. The email on the scroll down below. So the good news on
Great
Miller
news.
v. Becerra / Bonta, whatever the AG's name is, current AG. I got it written down. Yeah, I think it's Bonta. But so he overturned the California's assault weapons ban.
After 32 years.
I put
a long wait.
I put a link to the ruling in the description so you can go check out exactly what he said. I just have some of the quotes I pulled from an article from the Guardian. Benitez said, like a Swiss Army knife, the popular AR-15 is the perfect combination of home defense weapon and homeland defense equipment, good for both home and battle. And he said, this is an average case about average guns used in average ways for average purpose. One is to be forgiven if one is persuaded by the news media and others that the nation is awash with murderous AR-15 assault rifles. The facts, however, do not support this hyperbole, and facts matter. In California, murder by knife occurs 7 times more often than murder by rifles.
If you get a chance, rifles, not just AR-15s.
If you get a chance, you should check out the ruling so you can see. He says a lot more. I just grabbed some highlights that caught my eye. California's rebuttal. The Attorney General Rob Bonta called the ruling flawed and said it would be appealed, which I think everybody kind of knew would happen. So it's good news, but it still needs to go through more legal process. So if you're in California, don't go crazy just yet.
Yeah.
And Gavin Newsom. Oh, go ahead.
At earliest, what was it? 30 days from that order. So 29 days or 28 days from today, July 4th, you might be able to go buy an assault weapon in California, depending on how this goes.
Yeah, Benitez put a stay on now I forget what I was going to say. But
Yeah, it doesn't go
Gavin,
into effect till July 4th. And the state has up till then to get a, what was it, injunction or something?
yeah,
I'm not a lawyer.
who, Newsom said it's a direct threat to public safety. Um, and the this last quote, it wasn't attributed to anybody in the article, but the state said overturning the ban would allow things like assault shotguns and assault pistols. Um, I don't know what those are.
Yeah, I
Are those a
gotta,
thing?
if I had to guess, assault shotgun would be a shotgun that takes detachable mags
That
over
could
10
be
rounds.
could be round count is what they're concerned about.
Maybe because you can have a pistol grip shotgun in California, like the Mossberg Cruisers, or at least I have seen people that claim to be in California that also claim to own those, but who knows?
Yeah, but it's good news and it helps set precedents. So, um, still some more legal stuff to go through, and um, hopefully, hopefully it'll work its way up to the Supreme Court and be overturned there for everyone.
Yeah, that'd be big. That'd
Which,
stop states from doing it in the future and get rid of all the ones that we already have.
yeah, because then that helps New York, and I'm not sure who else has the goofy AR law.
Massachusetts. I don't know about any others.
So it's it's a win. It's good news. It's just enjoy it, and then we'll see where it goes on from here.
Yeah, I think if I remember right about Massachusetts, they wrote the law, so it wasn't about features. It was about whatever the person in charge of determining it determined was an assault weapon. So you couldn't get any, like you couldn't use a stabilizing fin or something. They'd just be like, no, that's an assault weapon. That's illegal.
Yeah, that was one thing I liked about what Benitez had said during the ruling, that these are average guns, you know, and he did say something about that they're not basically that they're not weapons of war. It's not machine guns or bazookas, something like that.
What's hilarious is you can legally own a M1 rifle in California, and that's not an assault weapon, but that literally is a weapon of war. And it's way more powerful than a 5.56.
Yeah, well, facts
The
don't matter.
hypocrisy. Yeah.
It's all about feelings.
Yep. Now, if you put an M1 Garand in a black stock, I'm sure it would be a lot more deadly.
Yeah, that was one of the Steven Crowder's, one of his changed my mind. He did one where he laid out a bunch of
The
rifles.
exact same guns, yeah.
Yeah, and some of them were AR style, black stock and all that, and then others wood stock, and then under the guise of banning assault weapons, asked passerbys about the guns. And people that didn't know that this is the same gun as this, shoots the same round as this.
Yeah.
It's just this one is wood, looks like a hunting rifle, and this one is an AR and looks tactical.
Yep. It's uninformed people that are uninformed about what guns are voting about what people that own guns should own. And it's pretty silly. Hopefully this is the beginning of the end of that shit.
Yeah, that, and then hopefully their roster, hopefully that gets addressed.
Oh yeah. How does that even work? They just
There,
approve or deny whatever they want.
yeah, there's a process that the manufacturers have to submit their gun for approval, and each gun, it's like $150,000 every time, because it has to be, the approval has to be renewed every, I don't know if it's a year or 5 years. I don't know what the length is,
And I think
but
it's for
each
each
time,
version.
yeah. So it's a money making scheme. That is a um, backdoor gun ban.
That's when you do something like SIG. You just sell those little fire control units for the P320. They're all the same. It's the exact same gun, and then you buy all the parts after. It'd be like if you just got your AR-15 lower receiver approved, and then you could buy an upper later down the line.
Yeah, I'm not sure how all that works with California, and then their push for micro stamping and all that rigmarole.
Yeah, they're gonna make people go back to black powder muzzle loading guns. This rate.
Oh, but it's good news. So hopefully it doesn't drag out too long. But I can foresee California fighting it tooth and nail. So
It is good news for the 9th district. Theoretically, if this goes up there and they don't want it to go to the Supreme Court, they'll just say, yeah, you're right, it's unconstitutional. And then the West Coast and what is it, Idaho, is it Alaska and Hawaii? We did this before, but
yeah,
I don't have
I'd
the
have
photo.
I'd have to look. I don't.
We are not prepared. This is a free
Well,
for all.
it's a free
You
for
get
all.
what you pay
So
for.
no refunds.
Yes. But that'd be pretty good news for the West Coast because the way Washington's going, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do a ban after they did the registration of all the quote unquote semi-automatic assault weapons.
Yeah, that's the. There's no real downside for pushing bad laws. So a politician can push an unconstitutional law, get it passed, and then get it overturned, and then push another one. And other than the voters doing something about it, there's no consequence to doing it.
Yep.
And they've got just pretty much unlimited funding to do it.
But yeah, this is great news, and this is why I don't give up. I mean, a lot of people have wrote California off as a lost cause, and I'm not going to say I wasn't surprised when this happened, but I'm real happy. This is great news.
Oh, also, I wanted to say that I put a link to the ATF for commenting on the what are they taking comments on? On the
Oh, they're the new definitions of I forgot, but it's like 109 pages, new shit.
Yeah, on the definition of receiver and all that stuff. So if you have not commented, go over. You can read what changes that they want to make, and comment. Leave a comment.
Yeah,
even
basically, if an AR-15 was invented right now, and under these new proposed rules, the upper and the lower would be considered a firearm.
Yeah, you don't have to be eloquent. Just state what you think. Be respectful, because any foul language they'll throw out. Um,
That's language they consider foul. So if you're like, oh, this isn't that bad, don't do it.
yeah,
You're just wasting your time.
but it takes 5-10 minutes, and it's for a good cause.
I would do that. We could do one of those as fill it in on a live chat, but you got to put your personal information in. I don't really feel like doing that. How about you?
Yeah, I actually thought about doing that, and then that's the reason I didn't do that.
Be like, yeah, that'd be have to. So you'd have to do that pre-recorded, then blur shit out.
Remember that for maybe for something in the future. You could do it that
Oh,
way.
I think I lost you for a bit.
Yeah, you went a little garbly, but you sound okay now.
Oh, I'm back. Okay.
Yeah. Back in black. Da-da-da, da-da-da,
That's what happens living out in the
da-da-da.
sticks. It is pretty funny watching Genki try to do the his chats with the terrible video quality. It's like, just turn your camera off. We know your internet sucks. You're
Well,
just blurry.
people complain if they can't see them.
And then they complain when they can. So it is pretty funny seeing him robot though.
It's funny watching them struggle. Every time that happens, I always comment, "Old man struggling with technology."
And he always forgets to switch over to his quote unquote good internet. It's still bad. But he tries. So what else did we have? We had a viewer suggestion for a topic on the age to carry a handgun. Should it be lower or higher, or the way it is right now?
Well,
And it really depend on your state, but let's do Washington. It's 21. You got to be 21 to carry a handgun.
I would say I would lean towards 18, because 18 is considered you're an adult. So if you're an adult, you're an adult for everything.
Yeah. And technically, Washington State, I don't even think you can own a handgun, even like gifted, till you're 21. Didn't they change that? Doesn't
I
affect
think they
you and
did.
me, but
I think so. I'd have to go back and look. I don't remember exactly.
yeah, that's something you'd know if you were 18, right? But yeah, because you used to be, you could open carry, and you could buy a gun in a private sale when you were 18 in Washington. And then you had to be 21 to conceal carry. Unless you were hunting or fishing, then you're allowed to conceal carry. But yeah, I think it should be 18. Or as a caveat, if you get emancipated at like 16, I think you should be able to buy guns. Because if you're emancipated, you're considered an adult, in my opinion.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Then you get all these kids getting emancipated so they can buy guns. They're still living at home.
To answer DJ real quickly, no, I'm not streaming cross-platform. I'm not on Facebook. I have a Facebook account, but I haven't been on it in almost 10 years. I don't enjoy Facebook, and then I don't know how to do anything else. So
25 for smoking and drinking too. Man, that doesn't sound fun.
I don't know. I still kind of think that there's.
Am I
Like
still
my-
here?
Yeah, you're still.
I just had my power turn off.
Oh, I heard a beep. I don't know.
Yeah, that was
that your
everything turning back
UPC?
on.
Oh,
So I might lose power here. Sorry.
uh,
I got one of those power strips with the temporary battery backup, so it doesn't like immediately shut off. But
yeah, I used to run those up until this year, just because I only get 3, maybe 5 years out of the battery. Then you have to swap out the battery. And buying the new battery is the same as the cost of a new unit. I kind of got tired of buying.
I'm
new
amazed
units.
I didn't lose internet.
It's the power of positive thinking.
Yeah. So what we're talking about? Age of carry.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd
What
be
do you
okay
think about
with
16-year-olds that are emancipated?
Well, I think that's what I was going to say. Gun Library Garrett. I think I would fall maybe more in line for 18 for emancipation.
Because you can drive a vehicle. Those are pretty deadly too.
But I don't think there any way that it would be voted on to pass.
Not in this state. That'd be pretty crazy. something crazy would have had to have happened for that to become law in Washington.
Yeah, but I think there should be a curfew where no one under 30 should be allowed out after 10 o'clock.
Right? And if you're stuck in a bar when the curfew hits, you just have to stay there till morning. But there was also on part of that question was about carrying on college campuses.
Yeah, I
You go
think
for a 4-year degree. You're going to be 22 by the time you get out.
Well, I don't think there should be gun-free zones for the most part. Although I can say from personal knowledge that college campuses are not gun-free zones.
Yes.
They have
I wonder
signs,
how you know that.
but they're not gun-free zones.
But how far do you think that should go? Like, could you bring your AR-15 to calculus class?
Yeah, I think you should be able to.
Gonna need cubbies again, right?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say yes, but I'm not. I have to work out where. Like stores. The store can say they don't want. Washington, you can post a sign saying no firearms, and it doesn't carry the weight of law, but it's private property, so they can ask you to leave. And if you don't leave, then it becomes trespassing, and so I'd have to sit down and think about where, is the school is public but figuring out that line where they can say we would rather not have it here, but it's not having it there is not illegal. It would just become a trespassing issue.
Yeah, they might kick you out of school or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even a private school gets public funds through student loans.
Yeah, there's
9mm free zones. That's a good idea. I'd go for that.
I believe Hillsdale College is the only college that doesn't take public money. It's totally private.
How about this? You can carry, but you can only carry 45 ACP at college. Does G-Webs agree with that?
He's probably working on stuff while he's listening.
And there's a delay. There we go. In that situation, you would never have a world war during college. It's a good point.
No, you would just have what do they call it?
Dodgeball, the spicy edition.
Well, I was gonna say I can't think of the term. Basically, what Vietnam was.
Conflict.
Technically,
Police
yeah.
action?
Conflict. You would have a
Yeah,
conflict,
45
but not a
can't
war.
win a conflict. That's its kryptonite. What else we got on that topic? College carry. So carrying a rifle. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, you might have the right to do it, but I'm not sure I like it. If that makes sense. Who knows?
Oops. There we go. Yeah, I haven't.
That was a good one to click on.
I haven't been downtown in a couple of years.
Yeah, I've only visited there once. Place is expensive.
But I don't know. I can go along with that. I'm not into appendix carry.
What if you're Sylvester Stallone in Cobra? You don't have a holster. Where are you going to put your gun?
Well, I'm not saying it should be illegal. I just don't support it.
Yeah. A 1911 does have a decocker if you use the gun wrong. Just saying.
Well, that's what every gun has, a decocker if you use it wrong.
That's when you're glad it has a grip safety, right? And we were hoping to get some what would you call them? Queries, questions from the people watching. You got any questions for us? Drop them down.
Yeah, if there's any topics or anything that since this is a free for all, anything that anybody in the chat wants to discuss, You can either email me at the email on the scroll down below or type it out in the chat.
I do have a question for Gun Library Garrett. How is the COVID Nagat treating you? Is it still in one piece? That is the gun he
Yes.
got from E Honda. What is he? E Honda 420 now? And
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
enough ammo.
Honda had did some home gunsmithing on a Mosin Nagant and had it looked like it was a home gunsmithing job. So
It was
he
a cursed
sent
gun
it.
image in video form.
He sent it to Never Enough Ammo to work on and fix up, and they did kind of a zombie theme and gave it away, and Gun Library Garrett won it.
If I remember correctly, he is also in Washington. So I just doxed you, Garrett. But it's always good to have more Washingtonians in the chat.
Yeah, he said he's shooting it a lot because that's the ammo he can get.
Yeah, I believe Honda did attempted to do a bent bolt, and he tried to glass bed the action with what was it, JB Weld or
I
something.
don't know.
Man, that's a pretty crazy video. You should go check it out. I think it's I think the one you want to watch is on Never Enough Ammo's channel, because he's the one that disassembles the whole thing.
Yeah, I've been curious on Gun Library Garrett. Do you work in the gun library, like at Cabela's? If you don't want to say, you don't have to say. Just curious, just from the name.
Yeah, their gun library is pretty awesome. If you ever get a chance to go there,
Yeah,
I think it's some really cool guns.
I don't buy anything from them anymore just because I had a conflict with them. But I still enjoy walking through the gun library and looking at the used guns. That's where I bought my PPK and my PK 380 was from them, from the gun
Last time I
library.
was in a Cabela's, they wanted me to do a background check on a black powder revolver. I was like, well, I'm not buying anything from you guys anymore. It's not even a firearm. You're going to do a NICS check on me? What the hell?
But yeah,
I don't even know if that's legal.
I don't know.
Aren't they wasting the FBI's time?
The local one, the gun library is closed. It has been since the whole
situation.
Yeah, since all that started. He's in aerospace. Yeah,
that's definitely a good job to have in Washington.
My PPK is a 380. They are great guns, really accurate. But I've got a scar right here because it likes to take a bite whenever I shoot it.
Yeah, you gotta. Don't they have like aftermarket grips that come out, give you a bit of a beaver tail?
They might.
They look pretty bad, but
mine is not Intertech. It's I can't think of the name of it, but the later ones have the bigger beaver tail. I have a longer one to help protect from slide bite.
Bond's gun, was that a 380 or a 32? The one he had in the old movies.
I think it was a 32.
Yeah. How many did that thing hold? Not up on my PPQs or PPK.
I'm not sure about the 32. My 380 holds 7. I think the flush mount mag is 7, and then the one with the pinky extension is 8.
Can you imagine being an undercover agent and all you have is 7 rounds? And you're using a shoulder holster. You could have you could have anything under there. You could have an Uzi. That, I don't know. What's he using these days? Isn't it a Walther? There was that last one that was supposed to come out last year, but the situation stopped it. But I think the last one he had a PPQ in was Pierce Brosnan. Was it Goldeneye? I think he got the new gun in World Is Not Enough or Tomorrow Never Dies, whichever one it was. The one about the newspaper.
That was such a stupid. I like I like Price, the bad guy, Jonathan Price. I think he's a good actor, but the premise of that was so stupid.
The humongous stealth ship that they could never find. That thing's massive.
Well, I mean, and
it's got
the
that
design of it. The design of it is a real ship. The U.S. Navy has some of those, that style stealth ships, but just the premise of what the bad guy was doing, causing chaos to make news, to make money, it was stupid.
Had some good Bond girls, though. It's a good thing about those movies. There's always something to enjoy. No matter how bad they are.
My favorite one is still You Only Live Twice.
Oh, is that the
hollow volcano?
Is that the one that starts with the helicopter? The little mini helicopter?
Is that one in that one? I don't know. It's when he goes to Japan because the Chinese are capturing astronauts in space.
And I think he picks up Blofeld with a hook and drops him down a smokestack. I don't know. I might be thinking of a different one, but those old movies are fun. I might be thinking about an Austin Powers movie too. Who knows? I mean, they all blend together. They used to have those Bond marathons. You just watch 5 back to back. Good luck trying to name which one was which.
Yeah, the first one I saw was Live and Let Die. That's the first one I saw in a theater. I think I was in 6th grade.
Which one was that? Was that what's his name? It was the guy before Brosnan.
It was the second Bond.
Was that Roger? Oh,
Roger Moore. It was Roger Moore.
Yeah, and he was the third Bond. There was that
Lazenby. I liked Lazenby. I thought he did a decent job, but he wasn't an actor. He was a model. And I don't know if it was Broccoli, the producer, that ran into him at a party and thought he would make a good Bond, and so they tried it. I thought he did all right.
Hilarious. Yeah, he did good for I was going to say for a model, but it's a weird thing to say. He did good for a Bond movie. How about that? They didn't always have the best acting.
It helped that it had Diana Riggs.
I do not remember
Emma Field from.
They're all a blur.
Oh,
But yeah, that's the one where he gets married.
yeah. She marries
Then,
Diana Rigg.
yep.
And she dies, and then um, the next movie, he goes to her, starts out him at her gravesite, whatever the next movie was.
Yeah, man. What is there? There's 25 of those movies. 26.
Oh, something like that. I just saw that the other day. I came across, I don't know why I came across it, but this article talking about the Bond films.
That's like 55 hours of James Bond watching. That's a that's a lot of time. I wonder if you watch them in order, how well do they line up?
Well, I don't think they're intended to be a chronicle, so because especially when you've got when Octopussy and was it Diamonds and Forever, that basically you got two different Bonds in a short
Oh,
period
yeah.
where it's a little confusing.
Pretty good movies though. Um, God, I wonder how much that like a Blu-ray set of that would run. 25 movies. Yeah. They're charging me like $90 for 4 Indiana Jones movies. What would what would all the Bonds cost?
I've
Like, oh,
got
buy the box set. It's $1,000.
I've got what DVD set, the three Indiana Jones, but I only watch one of the Indiana Jones.
Well, I'm guessing it's not Temple of Doom. Going out
Temple
on a
of
limb.
Doom would have been so much better without
Short Round or the
no,
lady?
the lady. It would have been better with just Short Round.
Hey, lady, look out.
Indy.
Oh my God. Looking at her hand, and it's a bug. Is he still married to her? Spielberg ended up marrying her.
Yeah, I don't know if they are still married. Is it Kate Upshaw? Was that who it was?
I don't know. But if you're going to ruin a movie, might as well get married over it, right?
Yeah. And then the later Indiana Jones, I don't acknowledge.
What? There's other movies? What are you talking
No.
about? They're making another one, aren't they?
Yeah, they're supposed to, but yeah.
How old is he? He like broke his leg playing Han Solo 6 years ago, and he's like, I'm gonna do Indiana Jones now. It's Indiana Jones in a wheelchair.
The whip sound is not his whip, it's his hip breaking.
Yeah. But and they're not gonna use Shia LaBeouf.
I
However you
can't
say
see
that
them
guy's
using
name.
yeah, I can't see them using him again. He's just gone off the deep end.
Yeah. I guess you could replace him. Hell, make him CGI.
Make it anime.
How about this? You have Indiana Jones in a retirement home with full-blown dementia, and it's him remembering his life with Chewbacca fighting Nazis, and that's the whole movie. You
That
do
sounds
like
awesome.
the Bruce Campbell, Bubba Ted style, but better. What's that? Where like he was
Or-
Elvis fighting a mummy.
Yeah, Bubba Hotep.
Yeah, that's it. Man,
Or,
we've gone off the deep end. This really is a free for all.
like Jacob's Ladder, where turns out he's just dying. It's all a dream. Spoiler
he
alert.
died at the end of the third movie. The fourth movie was all him dying, having a bad dream.
Aliens and bullshit.
Yeah. Is that the last movie that George Lucas wrote? And then everyone's like, yeah, just stop. We're good.
Well, the stupid driver ants. They aren't the size of a dog.
There was ants the size of a dog?
Yeah. That's how
I forgot that.
the bad guy dies at the end. He gets swarmed by the ants, and then that's try not to swear. The fridge, the lead line
Oh,
fridge
yeah.
garbage. Yeah.
And the movie
Well.
opens with the worst CGI prairie dog I've ever seen. Remember, it's like, it's a mountain. No, it's not. It's a little prairie dog hole in the ground mound. God, that was a bad movie. Was there anything good about that movie?
No. Karen Allen, bringing her back. Maybe that's it.
Maybe. And it's weird. He used to get his ass kicked in the old movies. Like, he actually got beat up.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm about to go unconscious. This guy just punched me in the face. And in that movie, he's like 70 years old, but he's invincible. Oh, how are we supposed to relate to that?
Wow. So, congratulations to Gun Library Garrett. He's going to get hitched. Looks like.
That's always fun. I recommend it.
It's not for everybody, but
It's worth a try.
It worked out for me. I'm one of the people that kind of needed it. It helped. My wife helps give me focus.
Evens you out.
Yeah. She's good at when I start getting wound up. She can, just say a word or, touch my knee, and then I realize that I'm getting wound up over something stupid.
Yep. That's always good. Aerospace. It's a pretty cool industry. I tried to get a job at Boeing, but they wouldn't have me.
Yeah, you can go to work for Boeing, then get on a local comedy show, and then become a science guy. Be world renowned as a science guy.
I did learn one thing. Did you know that if you work at Boeing, you get a discount on your phone plan at Sprint?
No, I didn't know that. I took a tour of the Boeing plant. It's funny, nobody was working. You could hear some banging in the distance.
Were they on strike?
The tour guide assured us that there's people working. You just can't see them.
No.
All you see is people walking around, kind of milling around down on the floor. It was interesting.
Okay. They get paid salary. They're not hourly.
And they're building your planes.
Yeah. But I don't know if that's still in effect, but yeah. What about you? Did you ever want to work in aerospace? It's a pretty big industry around here.
I'm too dumb. I'm not smart enough.
I wanted a dumb job there. There was too many people applying, I guess. But yeah, the big ones are Microsoft, Amazon, Boeing. Who else am I missing?
I know there's at least one other one, and I can't think of it right now.
I would say Starbucks, but it's not really It's like saying McDonald's, but they
Yeah,
are
there's
from Washington.
I almost just had it and then it's gone. The one I was thinking of. I don't know.
You know, a little mouse told me you were looking at shotguns.
I was kind of looking at, was looking to see what was out there, like a Mossberg 500 or Remington 870, and ended up kind of looking at the Mossberg 88 Security.
Yeah, they're Maverick, like
Yeah,
GMC and Chevy.
I like the look of it, and I kind of want something simple, so I want pump action because I'm won't use it. It won't be really a defensive weapon for me. It'll just be I don't have one, so it would something simple, easy to use, reliable, nothing
They're
fancy.
great for hunting too, because the amount of animals you can take with a shotgun, slugs, buckshot, birdshot, you basically do it all. Anything in Washington State, you could hunt with a shotgun.
Yeah. There's a old SNL skit with Garrett Morris where he's a prisoner and he sings he's going to get him a shotgun, but I can't sing it because I might get in trouble on YouTube's.
That's crazy, isn't it? They'll copyright strike you for singing someone else's song, but it's you singing it.
Well, I don't think it's a copyright strike. It's just the topic
Oh,
might
gotcha.
get me in trouble.
It's
It's a funny skit.
not safe for work,
No.
I'm guessing. Yeah. And just comes with a bead sight, right?
I think
Doesn't
so.
have iron sights. Yeah. A lot of people like just having a bead. They think it's more versatile. It's faster to aim. That's for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I still have never shot a shotgun, so
It's kind of
wouldn't know
weird.
the difference.
It's a totally different type of shooting than using like an AR or handgun, because you just got this little bead on the front of your shotgun, and like if you're doing clay pigeons, you're not even shooting at the thing; you're shooting at where the thing's going to be. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's something I've always wanted to do is shoot skeet or something like that. It seemed like it would be fun.
Yeah, my first shotgun. Um, Went to Walmart, bought a whole big old box of clays, bought a big old pallet of shotgun shells, and I was like, "Who wants to go shooting?" And no one wanted to go, so I was throwing the clays myself with one hand, holding the shotgun in the other, and then I dropped the clay thrower and try to shoot it. It wasn't as hard as you'd think, but definitely would be a lot funner with a second person.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's what you always see in the advertisement photos, though. You like got the kid throwing the thing, or the wife throwing it, the husband shooting the clays. But they're super cheap too. I think they're like $10 to get a thrower. Of course, it's manual. It's not one of those electric ones. It's like those things.
Spring-loaded one.
It's like the one you put a dog ball in. It's got like a bendy.
The big stick
arm. Yeah, and you throw it. It's like that.
Yeah,
they work really good.
There's one that CloverTac reviewed that it's a launcher and it's spring loaded. It's probably about that big, and put your clay in it, and it's hard to describe what it looks like, because it looks like this kind of not quite round thing, and then you launch them, and it throws them out. Throws them a little farther than you can throw with the stick one.
What's really fun is if you go to one of those ranges that's set up for this, and they have the electric throwers.
Yeah.
You can get some that'll simulate like a rabbit, and it'll like bounce along the ground. They're really cool.
Yeah, I've watched competitions where they do that, where they'll have, your regular skeet, or I forget what the other shotgun thing is that's like skeet, and then ones where it would roll on the ground, and then low angles and stuff like that. And then one where there's this big grid, so where you shoot it within the grid determines how many points you get.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Go.
And the cool thing about doing that is when you're using birdshot, like the lethal range is like 100 yards or something. So you don't even really need to be, you don't really need a berm. You just need to not be around a house. But that's why you can go like in Washington, when all the snow geese come in, and people are just shooting them out on the flats. Yeah, birdshot's pretty cool. And yes, it will kill things that are not birds. Just depends on how close you are.
Oh,
and where you aim.
Not get into the great birdshot debate. Birdshot for home defense.
Yeah. It's better than a taser. We'll say that.
I can agree with that.
It's almost less than lethal. It's definitely still possibly lethal, though. It might be good for the Joe Biden advice, though. You shoot somebody in the leg, probably wouldn't hit the artery, if I had to guess. I don't see birdshot going through bone. By the way, that's a joke. Don't shoot people in the knee. That's it's a bad idea. Wouldn't that be great? Next presidential debate, you get Biden and Trump talking about the best place to shoot people with shotguns. That's the topic. Trump saying, no, I'm not going to go there, but there's plenty of effective places you could shoot somebody with birdshot that would make them rethink their life choices.
Yeah, I think pretty much anywhere you shoot them with the birdshot would do that.
I think double barrel shotgun, though. You ever held one of those? I'm not suggesting one for home defense, but they are a lot of fun.
I don't think so. I have held a shotgun. A friend, I held on to a couple shotguns for a friend for a while. But that was about it. Well, and I don't even remember what they were. They were his dad, so I know they were nice because he had nice guns. But I can't remember if it was an over-under or a semi-auto.
What's really cool about them is since they don't have a receiver, it's just the barrels and then the end. And then you got this little bit of steel back there for the, what would you call it? I guess it is the receiver, but it's just essentially the don't blow up the gun block piece of metal. But so they're a lot shorter than a pump action because you don't have all the bolt and the mechanism to eject shells. So they're They're good 3-4 inches shorter with the same barrel length. They're really handy. And if you wanted it for just shooting clay pigeons, it's about the fastest way to get 2 shots off if you get the double trigger.
I'll take your word for it.
The only problem with them is they're a little expensive. So, like a Maverick 88, you were saying it's like $399.
Yeah.
You're probably looking at $599 for a side by side.
Yeah, but they look cool. They look cooler sawed off than the
Oh yeah.
other ones.
Plus, if you get the double triggers and you feel like being an idiot, you could put slugs in both chambers and pull both triggers at the same time and destroy your shoulder. I used to do that when I was younger. Not sure I would withstand the punishment these days.
Yeah, I don't know if I would try. Well, I would say I would probably try it once just to try it. But
maybe start off with buckshot.
well, we're already in an hour. That went fast for not really talking about anything. You have any closing remarks?
I have some advice. I had some people asking, people in my server were asking about should they buy this or should they buy that? And they're like, oh, I want to get a 30-06 or a 30-30. And the gun market right now is super overpriced compared to 2 years ago. I wouldn't buy anything that is a quote unquote FUD gun that isn't at risk of being banned, because you're just going to pay more and they're always going to be there. The price is going to go back down. So unless you find a good deal, I wouldn't be going off and buying a 30-30 or a 30-06 unless you need it for hunting.
Yeah, because these
expensive
20 rounds of 30-06. I got these because before shipping, they were under $2. Because 30-06 is really expensive right now. A lot of them, I haven't looked since I bought these, but most of them were $2 and over. For the precision stuff, up to like $4 a round.
Oh yeah, it got really bad right when hunting season hit. People just bought up everything, and it hasn't come back yet, price wise.
Yeah, but overall, last time I looked around the other day, the availability seems to be up a little bit, and prices are coming down. So, it's trending in a good direction, I think.
We can hope. Just hope nothing else happens. Right?
Remember the power of positive thinking.
Yeah. Hey, I wasn't thinking about the power until it went out. It's not my fault. It did that all on its own.
But I appreciate you coming on and jibber jabbering with me. It's always fun.
Anytime, as long as I'm not currently dying.
And everybody that's been out in the chat, thanks for hanging out. And anybody that's listening to this replay, thanks for listening. And go ahead and leave a comment on anything that we talked about or anything you thought we should talk about, and maybe we can use it for future topics. It's always nice to see comments. You can keep the conversation going. And I hope everybody have
Rick. You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.